10 seconds. We're going to make it over here. Well, we welcome you to rainy and soggy Marion, Arkansas, the 5A capital of the state right now for baseball and softball. Both state tournaments being hosted here on the banks of the Arkansas River, and we're glad to have you aboard here this morning on Friday as the Lady Bulldogs have moved to the second round of the state tournament and will face the Whitehall Lady Bulldogs as well here in Game 1 of Friday's action. Rain has subsided for a moment here in Marion. There's a little bit of light peeking through the overcast clouds, though. Some more weather forecasted to come in, so we hope we can get at least this softball game in today and see if the ladies can punch their 7th ticket to the semifinals in school history. I'm Tim Terry. Glad to have you aboard this morning. Dr. Dustin Smith, Director of Athletics, Greenwood High School, joining me, Mike's side. Doc, we're fortunate softball said heck with it last night. They're going to finish the first round, and they sure did. And here we are right on schedule with the ladies.
Yeah, the rain didn't deter them. I guess I can't just say the rain. The lightning, we had some of that roll through last night and postpone, obviously, the baseball game till they'll resume this afternoon. But we've started a little later than we were scheduled to.
Right.
Should be an hour deep into this right now. But we had some weather roll through again this morning. Delayed us a little bit, but here we are. Girls had fireworks to end that ball game that we had yesterday afternoon, and maybe that was just the preemptive for the light show we were going to have a little bit later. But they scored 3 runs with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th to walk off that game, beat a gamey Valley View team that you talked about throughout the whole broadcast.
Yep.
But today, a Whitehall team that upset BB. BB came in with a 19-game winning streak and had that ended yesterday. 7-4 this Whitehall team that we'll face today, and hopefully the drama is not as electric as it was last night, but maybe we'll take it just excited because we got the live stream up and running.
Yes, that's
so
right.
People back home can watch and see the action other than just hear us calling it.
As the coaches have both made their way to the home plate, exchanging their lineups, and we're just about ready for softball. Should be a good ball game. Haley McAdams will get the ball for the Lady Bulldogs today. Of course, Greenwood with a couple of fantastic junior pitchers, and Tori Howard was magnificent yesterday. Scattered 8 hits, had 4 Ks, only 1 walk. That's a big deal. Dr. Smith not giving free bases. And then you come into today with McAdams. She actually has more strikeouts right now. She's 9-5 on the season, 93 strikeouts. She's pitched 87 innings this season, 22 walks. She's got an ERA of 1.85. Opponents batting under 200 against her, 198. So should be a good showing today for Haley McAdams, who will be in the circle for Greenwood.
And she's looking to atone. Yesterday, I give her a hard time because she's had a couple walk-off wins, and so we always say, hey, we're going to pull a Haley and get a walk-off win. Had an opportunity last night, and she didn't get that opportunity. And then, of course, Bree Taylor had her back. She said, I got this.
It's funny. It's no secret. I've heard it from 2 or 3 different people. Bree was literally in tears as she made her way to the plate that last at-bat, with everything going on. And the emotions got the best of her, and she certainly walked it off with some fantastic fireworks. So excited for them and glad for Coach Hart, his first season at the helm for the Lady Bulldogs. We'll take our first break, come back and meet the starting lineups after this timeout. It's the 5A state softball tournament, second round action on the Sports Hog 103.5. 2 minutes, please. We're in the national anthem and such right now. Give me 2 minutes, please.
Okay. You got 10 seconds, Tim.
This is the outfield. We welcome you back to Marion, Arkansas. The outfield jamming right now. A little pregame music fitting for this softball game. We're ready to go now. It'll be Haley McAdams in the circle for the Bulldogs. Her battery mate is Riley Cowart. First base, Paige Pugh. Second base, Ireland Cooper. At shortstop and playing flex, Morgan Corial. Third base, Bree Taylor, the hero from last night's affair. Out in the outfield, it is Daisy Parker, left field. Nat Horn out in center, Natalie Horn. And Charlie Taylor's in right field. First pitch, we're underway at 11:07, is a ball to Sarah Beth Young. Their center fielder leads off for the Whitehall Lady Bulldogs. She's a left-handed bat. McAdams swings the right arm through, and that's upstairs 2-0. Wind blowing kind of across, similar like it was yesterday. It's going to hurt anything towards the right field side. 200 down the lines here at Lady Patriot Field, 210 to dead center. That's in there for a called strike. A delayed call action from home plate blue, but he got it there. Artificial surface here at Marion's softball field. Fantastic complex. It's very, very nice here, all the way top to bottom. This one's a pop foul up over the top here into the crowd. 2-2 now to Sarah Beth Young.
Not to be confused with Mary Beth Young.
Yeah, I know. I keep wanting to call her that.
But it's Sarah Beth.
Right. With no H, by the way.
Okay.
Sarah.
It doesn't matter how you say
right.
it. It's just how you spell it.
There's an H in Beth.
Right.
This one's fouled out of play again as well.
Not in Young.
Right. Wind blowing out of the south at about 15 miles an hour. Old Glory's up at full mast today in right center.
You talk about the two teams and the mindsets coming in. Greenwood winning in a walk-off fashion, and Whitehall handling BB convincingly. 7-4 win there.
Chopper to Corial at short. She threw it away. A low bounce that Pugh couldn't dig out at first base, and Young will move over to second on the errant throw, and there's an error. And a base runner right out of the gate for Whitehall. I talked with their coach, Mark Akins, before the game, and he was a little bit emotional. So it was a huge win for his program. He was sure excited for the kids down there in Whitehall. Mary Catherine Qualls is their first base coach, his assistant. Here's Sophie Stone, their designated player. She's a right-handed bat, and change-ups in there, swing and miss, strike one.
That's where Haley is really effective because she can throw gas, and then she mixes that change-up in. You're geared up for the gas, making sure that you're trying to get on time for that, and then all of a sudden she yanks the chain on you.
Nobody outrunner at second for Whitehall. Here's McAdams, just missed outside. We saw the home plate Blues giving that river a little bit yesterday, which is that little spot between the batter's box and the plate. For those of you that were not up on your softball terminology, I guess it'd be the same in baseball too. The 1-1's upstairs for McAdams, 2-1 now. Charging at the corners, expecting a bunt. Small ball is a feature in softball, manufacturing some runs. And the Lady Bulldogs of Whitehall got to feel like they're on borrowed time a bit, upsetting the 1-seed BB. And Coward did a nice job trying to frame that, but to no avail. It's 3-1 now to Sophie Stone.
Yeah, Haley trying to find her zone, trying to lock in where she needs to be. That ball just missed on the outside corner.
About the same size and foul ground as we have at home. This one's lifted towards right. Taylor comes in. Charlie's on the way. Nope, it's going to be Cooper who popped out from second base and makes the catch for out number one. So Ireland backs up into the fake outfield grass.
And I think that's what you see the wind push that back in. And Charlie looked like she was lined up for it, and then that wind is stout coming out of the south.
Absolutely. Here's Bethany Roper. She's their pitcher, a right-handed bat in the 3-hole, and that one just missed inside, ball one.
The wind will be a factor today. Obviously, you've got to adjust. When Old Glory, as big as she is out there in right center, she's out there pretty starched.
That's inside. Going to rattle away from Cowart back there, and it'll allow the runner Young to move over to third. So now they've got the go-ahead run, I guess, if you will, here in the top of the first, 60 feet away. New ball they brought in. Looks like Tori Howard doing the extra ball work over there for Greenwood. Donald Hart, first-year head coach for the Lady Bulldogs of Greenwood. Mike Possage, first year as his assistant. Diane Pope still running there. She's in charge down there. Don't let anybody fool you. And that one just missed. So 3-0 now to Bethany Roper. McAdams trying to find the strike zone, struggling a bit here early on. But there was an error behind her. That's tough. Can't have errors and free bases. That one's fouled straight back. Cut her loose on 3-0, Doc Smith. How about that?
Yeah, it's aggressive play, and you talked about it. Whether they're living on borrowed time or not, we haven't seen Whitehall. This may just be their aggressive nature, what they're doing. And, I mean, you see one and hit it. See ball, hit ball. It's a pretty simple game.
74 degrees the first pitch with the breeze blowing. And the clouds moving in again as later on here as that one's in there swinging a miss. Full count now to Roper.
Holy. She fouled one back.
Yeah, that's.
So I wonder if he called a strike. So she's walked to the dugout. That's out.
All right, good. We'll take it. That's strikeout. That's not right, but we're going to take it.
Forgive us.
Yeah, right. That's.
Forgive me if I don't shake hands.
I didn't. Right. Very cosmopolitan. I didn't see the count on the board, but as that one, I guess I'll have to wait really long now for this guy if he has a late strike call.
Well, there was no argument from from Whitehall also. She.
Wow. All right. Here's Taylor Irvin. She's their third baseman, a right-handed bat. 2 down now, evidently. And McAdams kicks and fires. That one's high and outside, 2-0. Greenwood's in their navy tops, white numerals, front and back. Navy or the white Greenwood logo and Nike swoosh up on the left shoulder. As that's low. So 3-0, I'm assuming, now to Taylor Irvin. White trousers for the Lady Bulldogs. Everybody's got their stirrups on, navy blue. It's fantastic out there. Can't go wrong with stirrups. Whitehall on the road, grays. That's right down Broadway for a strike. Says, I think they've got Bulldogs across their front in black and red trim.
No, it's Whitehall.
Say Whitehall, okay.
Yeah.
3-1.
It's just like Bulldogs, only different.
Right, it's almost spelled the same. Here's a 3-1 from McAdams. That one's lifted to right. Taylor comes in now. Has a bead. She's got it. Charlie Taylor, no problem out there in right field. Well, we got around an error. There was no hits, no runs. They left one on base. Half inning in the books. No score. Lady Bulldogs coming to bat. We'll meet the starting lineup after this timeout. Greenwood baseball. Or Greenwood softball, I guess. This is the yellow one.
Yeah, this is a bigger ball.
Bigger ball. Yeah,
here.
And females as well.
Right.
Good. Greenwood Sports Center and the Sports Hog 103.5.
30 seconds, please.
Sweet Moses. We are back here in Marion. Lady Bulldogs softball, Greenwood and Whitehall hooked up here. Second round action of the 5A state tournament. Winner of this gets the winner of Benton and Harrison. And the Lady Goblins, what about that story? Well, that's something we'll discuss as we go through the afternoon. Benton, of course, has won multiple state titles here over the last few years, and so should be a decent battle on the other side of our bracket in the round 2. For the Lady Bulldogs, it'll be Tori Howard, Ireland Cooper, Daisy Parker, then Bree Taylor, Riley Cowart, Haley McAdams, Paige Pugh, Natalie Horn, Charlie Taylor is your batting order for today. Exactly the same as yesterday. And here's Tori Howard batting .346. She's a DP here in this game today. Second round action.
Are you okay?
No doubleheader. Yeah, I'm having a stroke. Is there an AED somewhere in here?
The first time you've done a game or what?
Kidding. Now, that was low to Howard, ball 1. Doc, you talked about it yesterday, how she is at the plate. He may have called that a strike. I'll wait for the board to show it. I thought it was way outside, but they haven't even put it up on the board yet, so they're as confused as me. That's got to be a ball. They went to the backstop. So I know it's at least 2-0. Yeah, we got one of them old school umps back there. They're saying 3-0 on the board, so that's what we're going to go with. This is Bethany Roper in the circle for Whitehall. Emma Ratliff's her battery mate behind the dish. That's a called strike. 3-1.
Usually he goes with that right arm if it's a strike, but
and sometimes everybody's just looking down thinking it's right marking in their book, and then you miss it come up. It's a little late. There's a shot right into right field. Can Howard, she got there, no problem. Sometimes that right fielder will come up with it throwing hard, but Howard down to first, no problem. A leadoff single for the dog, Tori Howard. Coach Pasha's giving her some friendly advice over there at first base. Here's Ireland Cooper now, left-handed bat, slapper. She's our second baseman, batting .387. First one to her is down but foul. Tried to bunt it, just a straight bunt that time from Coop.
Well, they got to crash quick because she will move down that line and get there. My dad used to say, quicker than a hiccup.
Right, yeah.
Something that's never been said about me or you, probably.
No, absolutely not. And that's a called strike on the inside black to Coop. She's in an 0-2 hole.
And that's tough. That's a way to pitch a slapper, in my opinion. If you're going to go inside, get on the hands.
Yeah, absolutely. No balls, 2 strikes to Ireland Cooper. Showing bunting out, now brings the bat back and chops this one to second base. They'll go to second for 1, but no chance of Coop over at first. She'll reach on the fielder's choice, and Howard will be forced out 4-6.
Well, almost you wonder there the second baseman may have had a chance if she tags Tori.
Yep.
And then tries to make the play at first, but she chose to go to short, get the sure force out.
Right.
And here goes Daisy Parker.
303, she's batting on the season. The left fielder in the first one's outside to Parker. Ball 1. This kid came up huge in that 9th inning or 7th inning yesterday. Got things going with the first RBI. And a freshman. She's got a nice future for these Lady Bulldogs. Here it comes from Roper. And that is...
That bounced in. And
okay. Coop swipes the bag, no problem. 2-0 now to Daisy Parker. Now a girl in scoring position. Coop's out there at second. See if she can switch places with her.
Well, it won't be for a lack of speed.
No.
Because both of these girls can really pick them up and put them down. And anything that hits outfield grass, Ireland will score easily.
Outside. 3-0 now to Daisy Parker. Bree Taylor is on deck. The hero from yesterday. My gosh, she was super excited. They all were after the game. Got to go down and visit with the team after the game. It was a lot of fun. And that's in there for a called strike. Parker taking all the way.
And there's a difference in the approach. We saw the 3-0 pitch that Whitehall had the green light on, and Coach Hart said, Daisy, if it in one spot, maybe.
Right, yeah.
But make her throw you a strike, and she did.
Here it comes from Roper. That's towards first base. Fielded. She had to dive for it. And a foot race to the bag. They're out. Coop, though, sneaks in while they're over at first base, and she'll score from second. That's just heads up base running and a nice little green light from Donald Hart over there. 4-3 on the put out, and it's an RBI for Daisy Parker. And here's Bree Taylor now with 2 outs. Base is empty, but the Lady Bulldogs have a tally up 1-0 here, bottom of the first. Taylor, right-handed bat.
And that's where the speed of Ireland comes in. The first baseman had to dive to make the stop, and Ireland was on full go the whole way. And, I mean, I'm sure Donald was telling her to do that, but she was on full go, and her speed got her in on a ball hit to first base from second.
Here's Roper's 1-0. Taylor smokes it to third. It's booted over there by the third baseman. It'll be a fair ball, and Bree is on. It'll be an error, but we'll take it. Base
runners. I don't know if I'll call that an error.
Boy, you're a gift. I like your score style.
I only say that because it hit her glove, yes, but she was falling towards her right.
Probably would have made it anyway had she fielded it cleanly. I can't assume that.
You can't assume that. So I'm going with a hit. Just that's home cooking on my side.
I'll take it. Hits are better. That helps our girls on my whole stat sheet. First one now to my girl Riley Cowart, our catcher, and it's a ball. She's batting 253 coming into today. Taylor at first base. 2 hits for the ladies, and that's a strike.
And we can go back to that, discuss that all you want to. I mean, I know it hit her glove and it was in the air and it had some pull cue on it. It was spun and it actually stayed inside the bag past her.
Right. Absolutely. That was off the end of the bat to the second base slow roller, but enough for her to come gobble it and get Cowart at second base. She's out 4-3. The damage was done, though. Lady Bulldogs got 1 run on 2 hits. They left 1 on base. We've got a full inning in the books, 1-0 Greenwood.
On the big part of that, Tim, is yesterday we had a lot of runners on, a lot of traffic that we weren't driving in runs. And so it's nice to see Greenwood get that first run, obviously, had an opportunity. We're able to push a run across. And even if it's not a huge inning to start, at least you're getting some runs and you're putting some action on the base pass and paying off by getting into and scoring, and that's what Ireland did on a ball that was hit to first base. Generally, you don't see that,
right,
a runner score from second base, but with her speed as an advantage to her, she was able to turn that corner pretty quick and get home, and Greenwood takes the 1-0 advantage.
Yeah, it was certainly late in the game before they capitalized on the base traffic. I can probably tell you.
We scored to make it 1-1 early, and then they scored in the 6th and the 7th, I think, and so we forced our hand, and we ended up plating 3 in the bottom of the 7th.
They scored 1 in the 7th, take a 3-1 lead.
Yep. Mm-hmm. What inning was it they had the leadoff triple? Was that the 6th?
That was the 4th.
The 4th?
Mm-hmm. And she
so
came
that gave
around
them that gave them the 2-1 lead.
Yes.
But, I mean, we can't look in the rearview mirror. We're here in the present today, and the windshield's always bigger than the rearview mirror anyway, so
right,
should focus on what's ahead of you. And right now, Haley McAdams is focusing on Whitehall's 5, 6, 7 hole, I think. Is that correct? I mean, you're the bookkeeper. I'm just. Are you the official
5,
book?
6, 7. My book is official, but I'm not the official. Emma Ratliff's their catcher.
But you called that an error, right?
Well, I changed it to a hit in my book. Yeah, you talked me into it.
Okay.
I bought it from you. Outside the Ratliff, ball 1. She's their catcher, right-handed bat. Haley McAdams, the junior, back to work for the Lady Bulldogs. 1-0 Greenwood. Second round, 5A state softball. Cowart tried to frame that one, couldn't do it. 2-0.
Give me a chance. I can sell Last 10 Eskimo.
All right.
I'm not calling you an Eskimo
no,
by any means.
I'm not a big fisherman. Don't they fish? Swing and a miss to Ratliff.
I'm sure they do a lot of things, but yeah, fishing is probably one of those that they do.
Well, I think Eskimo, igloo on a lake frozen with a hole cut and like on the cartoons.
That's ice fishing, but
yeah, right.
You can do that in Wisconsin. They're not Eskimos.
Well, yeah, they are. They're Nordic. That one's fouled straight back. 2-2 now to Ratliff. I never ice fished.
Never have?
No.
Get out of here.
I've never ice skated or been on ice. Really, one time.
Now that would be entertaining. You ice skating may be entertaining.
I did watch Peggy Fleming back in the day when I was younger. My mom,
Nancy Kerrigan, and
I was all over that. Swing and a miss, strike out. Ball got away from Cowart, so she had to throw down and complete the K. But it's the second strikeout for McAdams, and one down here. Here's Macy Langston, their shortstop, right-handed bat.
Now, back in the day, you may have been able to ice skate.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah. I'm talking because you've had knee surgery, so you're not able to be as agile as you once were.
I'm about 150 pounds ago too. I could have ice skated. Is that ice skated? Is that how you say it?
That's how you say that. Are you just saying, is that an accurate word?
In there for a called strike, yeah, right.
Okay.
Langston's behind 0-1 now to McAdams.
You could have skated on the ice.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if you could have done a triple Salchow or anything like that.
No. But maybe the triple Lindy. That was swimming.
Yeah, you're mixing sports.
0-1's outside to Langston. 1 ball, 1 strike now from McAdams.
A lot of ones on that board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 run for the Lady Bulldogs, or the Patriots as they are on the board.
Mm-hmm. Swing and a miss. And McAdams is ahead 1-2 on their shortstop.
It's even hard to go Lady Bulldogs
because of both
Bulldogs.
I know. So I'm trying to go Greenwood Whitehall as much as possible. Just missed outside. Cowart tried to frame it in a little bit.
And Haley wanted that.
Yep. And I don't mind that being a ball. It's off the plate, and as long as it's a ball for them as well. 2-2. Outfield kind of towards the lines and right and left. Center straight up. This one's popped up a mile high in foul ground. Pugh says, I got it. Ooh. Couldn't get to it. That was kind of a betweener there, but Pugh said she had to beat on it the whole way, so Cowart let her have it.
And again, I think the wind's pushing that back towards Cowart. And the on-deck batter was standing there, and she got up against the wall as far as she could go. And I think Paige thought she might have either ran into her or the wall.
Well,
we saw that yesterday with Bree on the left field line, or third base line.
There's that circle out there. You just stand in that circle, and it's her spot. And this one's fouled back into the net as well. Good to see Cowart catch it off the net. I was so happy they won yesterday so I could rag on her a little bit about it.
Yeah, she told me. I got on the bus. They took me back over to baseball because I was abandoned here by my trusty ride.
Fouled up over the top. Yeah. Her and McAdams both. I got on Haley for getting doubled off on the line drive from Page hit to short. McAdams' dad agreed with me. And here we are. Thanks to Bree Taylor. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. 2 in a row here in the second inning. That's 3 overall for McAdams.
That's the more conventional one to have to throw down on that one.
She's got 96 now on the year. Strikeouts. Well, 4 more to get to 100, huh? It'd be nice.
If you're, man, your math, we only have Keith here, and you're quick on your math.
Yeah. I'm usually right on mine. It might be a little slower, but I'm not going to give you a made-up number. That one's fouled out to Caitlin Lambert, their first baseman. So she's behind 0-1 now. McAdams working ahead pretty much most of this first inning and 2/3. That one's fouled right back same spot. So hang in there, little ball shagger.
Coming right back to you.
I met the ball shagger's dad, and I'll get to that story here in a minute. Before the game, he flagged me down and asked me if I knew Clay Reeves. And I said, I sure do. He's a great guy. He said, I can't stand him. And we'll get to the rest of that story here in a minute. And that's upstairs to Caitlin Lambert.
So his reputation has proceeded in what you're saying.
And then when he said I can't stand him, I knew I was in for a treat.
I talked to the same guy a couple years ago at volleyball over here.
And I've seen that a lot. Here's the one, too, way outside. You go places, and most ask about Clay. A dog's been around the state. You know, he's from the South. He coached up here in the Northeast. Obviously, he was in the Northwest, and now he's at Greenwood. So he's been in every corner of the state, literally, and so he's got a long trail of folks he's been in contact with. This one's lifted to Taylor and right. She's drawn a bead, and Chuck makes the catch out there, no problem. 1, 2, 3 here in the second inning. Let me take a quick break. We'll pay some bills. Lady Bulldogs of Greenwood lead the Lady Bulldogs of Whitehall 1-0 here, middle of the second inning. Second round 5A state softball. Greenwood Sports Center and the Sports Hog 103.5. 30. You're 1/16 Choctaw. They don't ice skate. No doubt.
No, we are live still on the live stream.
Yeah. Okay. We welcome you back to Marion, Arkansas. Ron Triplett, a longtime basketball coach around the state, was the gentleman we were referring to that asked me about Coach Reeves. And Clay said he was a great man, taught him a lot about basketball when he was still in college and just got out. He said he's truly one of the first legends of girls basketball in the state. He said he won several titles and put the girls basketball on the map. He said there ain't many around that remember him. And so I told Ron that, but it was good talking to him. He said that Clay blew his phone up back in the day wanting to know about this and that about basketball.
11:30 right on time.
Hey, that's right. And number 11 right on time too. Haley McAdams, Greenwood's pitchers, in the batter's box right hand side, looks at ball one.
Speaking of right on time, I just got a text message. I'm not going to reveal the source, but I want to fire the question to you.
Yeah. The 1-0's low, 2-0 to Haley.
And I just want to get your reaction. So the question is, how is the math on corn dogs in Danville?
It's been a while, but it was infinity. That's the infinity sign. I'd eat them all. If there was 7, they're all going.
True or false here? Have you ever told them to drop some and you'll be back later?
100%. Yeah, I'll be back in about 5 hours.
That's a direct quote.
Yeah. This one's in the air to right and slicing foul. It'll be out of play. 3-1 now to McAdams. She comes in batting .342 now, the Lady Bulldogs pitcher.
Kind of keeping this train going. We talked about those 2 guys yesterday talking about food.
Yeah.
And got the corn dogs.
Man.
If you're ever in the Exxon.
Oh, Danville Exxon. I think Mr. Heslin texted me one time heading to Little Rock and asked me which one was where to stop. Had some folks heading down there for some deal as McAdams taps this one foul. 3-2, and they've got 2-2 on the board. I've been waiting on the home plate blue for the strike call, and I know I'm not wrong on this. But it's very frustrating.
Well, she's still batting, so it can't be strike 3.
Well, I know that, but it certainly could be ball 4 coming up here. Here's the pitch, and it's outside, and I guess I was wrong. Boy, I'm going to have to.
Hey, let's write that down.
Yeah.
That he not only that you were wrong, but you admitted it. How'd those words taste coming out of your mouth?
I know I'm not wrong, but I've been sitting there.
You are wrong.
No,
they're still here.
I know, but I'm not. He's got it wrong down there. I think that one comes to the backstop almost right at me. So that is a walk. I knew I was right.
You were.
Here comes Sailor Hart to pitch the courtesy run for the Lady Bulldogs pitcher. Sailor was a little adventurous out on the base paths yesterday. Postage was telling me he told her that we had to get Charlie Taylor in to tie, and that Sailor was the go-ahead run or whatever the situation was last year, and she still was almost overly aggressive. Got us in a little pickle.
Well, I talked to Coach Hart yesterday. I said she confused herself. She confused you. She confused Valley View. What's going on here?
He did tell her to pick her dad up when she rounds second. If he's telling her to go, she better get home because we got to have her at the plate. And that's what happened eventually.
Speaking of at the plate.
Mm-hmm. Here's Paige Pugh. Greenwood's first baseman. First pitch swing is fouled back toward the half wall. Paige comes in batting 3-0-4.
She hit the ball well yesterday.
She did. Right-handed bat. Heading to Arkansas State. And Bethany Roper kicks and fires. That one gets away from her. Down to second goes the courtesy runner, Sailor Hart. 1-1 count. Lady Bulldogs, another runner in scoring position here. And Paige would sure like to get her home. There's a shot to third, booted. They throw to first. It's thrown away. Sailor gets the green light around third. She goes home. Pugh will stay there, and the Lady Bulldogs notch one more. And Pugh will reach on the air that time. There's really maybe 2 errors. The fielding error and then the throwing error allowed Sailor to come on home as well. Can you have 2 errors on one person, same play?
Well, I think it's only an error if she advanced to second. You can't have the second one unless she advanced to second.
Okay. Gotcha.
If that's what I'm going to say anyway.
Right. Because I don't think Hart would have scored unless she threw it away, but you never know.
But I'm saying she got on because of the throw. She didn't get on because she booted it. She got on because of the throw.
Okay, I can live with that.
She knocked it down, we'll say, and then she made on the throw was the error.
Right. Here's Natalie Horn squaring the bunt. Pulls back and just sends one foul. Postage had to get out of the way.
Yeah, this dance move he had going on there.
That's tough for the old man down there. But he did. That was kind of a little cha-cha slide. Head on a swivel out there. Postage still waiting for his rain gear on this rainy.
Yeah, he asked me this morning. Said it's in the van. Van's not here anymore. So.
One strike to Natalie Horn, our center fielder. That's a shot to second base, booted. It caroms over to the shortstop, but she's not at the bag, thank goodness, and it'll be on base, another base runner for the Lady Bulldogs. Is Pugh safe out there at second. Horn will get on. Can I call that an error?
I mean, I'll go with that.
Okay.
Because they don't get.
Right.
And now their coach goes out there, and we talked about it yesterday. You put the ball in play and force them into action, force them to make the play defensively. And so far, Whitehall has been shaky defensively in the infield for sure. Not really that balls have been squared up. That ball was hit at her, and it's a routine play, or should be a routine play. And Greenwood benefits from that and gets runners at first and second with nobody out. And Chuck Taylor. Circa 1980s.
Yeah, baby.
Get some Chuck Taylors.
Charlie's heading over to Carl Albert to play some softball. They'll be happy to get her. She's a good player.
Great kid.
Yep. Batting 275 coming into today.
We talked about yesterday. You talked about talking to him yesterday, and she was that way She came up after the game and said, "Did you see my slide? Did you see my slide?" I said, "Sure enough, did." And of course, if she doesn't slide there, then we don't.
That's right.
The inning don't keep going.
That's right. That one misses high and outside, and the runners are going to move up. And they do. Throw gets away, and Pugh was going to head home, but she stopped. And then Horn was going to head to third, then noticed Pugh came back, so she stopped. So the Lady Bulldogs avoid a little bit of a catastrophe, but we'll take it.
So that was a ball.
Yep, for sure. That's not on the board
We'll keep
yet.
the count. It's one ball.
I've been doing that every at-bat. Dang it. Here's the 1-0 to Charlie Taylor. Swing and miss, just fouled it back 1-1 for sure.
If I was down there talking to Charlie, I'd tell her to keep that back foot steals when she moves that. And I think she had an eyes trying to deposit one over that fence.
Something in the air to left can go out, even with this wind. It's blowing hard, 15 miles an hour or so. The 1-1 is ball 2, a little low. I mean, I'm going to wait as long as possible.
I had a guy tell me one time, the awkward silence, he can outweight you. So we'll just outweight this umpire.
2-1, outside 3-1.
There's generally never a time that you're afraid to fill the air with silence or fill the silence with something.
Right.
But this time you may just hold on and wait. Leave the viewers back home and the radio people back home just in suspense.
That's upstairs. Get your beer hats out. Bases loaded. Or whatever it would be for Greenwood softball.
Yeah, it's not beer. Get your Coca-Cola hats.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Proud Coca-Cola Products School.
That's right. And looks like Coach Akins is going to go to his bullpen with the top of the order coming up. Bases juiced. Greenwood already won across on yet no hits here in the inning. 2 walks. A reach on an error.
And then let's explain this rule of softball. She could come back and pitch again.
Yes.
Because in baseball, you get removed, you're done.
You're done, right.
But softball, you could re-enter the pitcher at some point, correct?
Yes. So this is Sophie Stone coming in to pitch. She was their designated player. And if you want me to get into all those rules on DP Flex, and don't try.
You'll be confused, and that hat would be blown off your head just because.
I had it one time. Saki explained it to me back in the day about one of them.
Well, if there was anybody who knew it.
Oh, boy. Yeah. And how.
Saki knew what the rule was and who wrote it.
Right. I just need to see if 19's going to stay. They're all sitting in the circle, kind of help cheering her out to as she gets loose here.
I don't know if you saw that, but
the
catcher threw it back and over the pitcher's head, and the coach just kind of jokingly said, "Hey, she's the one pitching. Throw to her."
Yeah, nobody's stealing bases right here. I'm looking to see if 19 stayed in the game.
No, she did not.
Okay, she came out? All right. So we'll start it over here. With the bases loaded, nobody out, still bottom of the second. Right, there you go. Ron Z, Mr. Z's got his Coke on his head. We got bases juiced. Fantastic. I'll say Ron, I meant Roy.
Yeah, which one are you talking about?
I don't know.
Mr. Z?
It says it right here on my phone. Yeah, right. Mr. Z.
Wine and N look a lot alike. I know who it is.
Yeah.
That's Roy Zimmerman.
Right.
Not Ron.
Here's
Burgundy.
Right. First one to Torrey is over and low. Ball 1.
And here's the thought process I've got, Tim, and you tell me if it's the same. What do you do for this new pitcher? Do you wait till you get a strike?
Got to. And that wasn't it. It's inside 2-0.
So you wait, make her throw a strike. You don't swing the first one you see that's.
I don't know. Now I would. If I see something right in my wheelhouse, I'm driving this one. 2-0. There you go. And it was pulled foul right between Paige Pugh and Donald Hart.
And he immediately looks at Paige and says, "Stay in foul territory. If that hits you in fair territory, you're out. You're out."
That's right. Well, that used to be the rule anyway. We saw in the Arkansas-Missouri softball game, the ball hit the runner, and it was just no problem.
Here we go. I was told by Mr. Roy Zimmerman that they have the Coca-Cola hats on in the choir room.
Beautiful.
Back in Greenwood. at Greenwood High School.
2-1 here to Howard. Let's see if Tori. I'd like to see Tori knock one into the cheap seats. Clear them all.
She swung at the first strike she saw.
And that one is inside.
Clearly, you're not a coach.
No. And that makes it 3-1.
We don't pay you to coach, right?
No, absolutely not.
Think there's a reason for that?
Yes. Howard rips that one, same spot right in front of Coach Hart.
Yeah, Coach Hart moved back a couple steps.
Yeah. 3-2. Full count to Howard. Singled her first time up, but she was forced out at second base, so she's 1 for 1.
Now let's talk about that. If she is that far ahead, you know, she's just trying to time it up, obviously. Yep. She's way ahead if she's pulled it down there to Coach Hart, and he's taking a few more steps towards Pageview this time.
Here's a 3-2. That one's in the center, out. Clean tag from Page over at third, and she'll score, and the sack flies good. The Lady Bulldogs add another run. It's 3-0.
Well, the best part of that for Tori is she's the sacrifice fly, so it doesn't count as an at bat.
Right.
She's still 1 for 1.
Absolutely. Here's Ireland
an RBI.
Cooper. That's right. Ireland Cooper reached on a fielder's choice first at bat, scored the first run there in the first inning, and the slapper
get foul
lifts this one and up on top of the Lady Bulldogs dugout, third base side, strike 1.
I'll say this: Coach Hart has had some movement over there. He's had some action peppered at him.
Movers and shakers. He and Passage. Those guys are ready to go.
I know we got an audience listening.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully they haven't put us on mute. But I had one.
It wouldn't be my first time.
Had one propose baked potato or U-Haul hats.
Wow. Bunts down in front of the plate. Coops out at first. They throw over to third as the runners were advanced. It got loose, but not enough for Horn to come home. Taylor went up to second base, so there's 1 out, or 2 outs now.
And that's bang, bang. Ireland about beat that out.
It was sure close. Coach is wanting to know if she threw the bat out in front at it or something, I guess. I'm not sure what it would matter. She was out over there. It's not like she made it safely. But
well, I think he's saying for his fielder or his catcher not be able to get out there to the ball.
To the ball
because of the bat.
And maybe going to say the runners might have to back up and go back to first and second. I don't know what else could be the complaint.
We'll say it's a discussion. It's a question. They're going to say safe.
Okay. Like I said, I mean, the only penalty could be making the runners go back, I guess, because she was out at first.
But if you're a coach, there's no – I mean, why not try it and just say, hey, you guys see it differently? And
yeah.
Not saying you're grasping at straws, but if that gets you girls not at second and third.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 outs now, bottom of the second. 3-0 Greenwood. And Parker's first one's fouled back off the catcher's mask, 0-1. Daisy Parker had an RBI ground out in the first inning. Brought Coop home from third. Or maybe from second. Yeah, that's the one that she scored coming around the horn there. Here's the 0-1 to Paige Parker. Squaring the bunt. It's down. Caught right by the catcher, and she will be out number 3. The Lady Bulldogs are going to leave 2 on base. They had no hits, but they did score 2 runs in the bottom of the second inning. They've left 3 on the day. Tough one there from Parker to not get that bunt down. Still 3-0 Greenwood here after 2 innings versus the Whitehall Lady Bulldogs. Second round of the 5A state softball tournament. We're live in Marion, Arkansas. We'll take a quick break. Greenwood Sports Center and the Sports Hog 103.5. Thank you.
Minute.
Yeah.
Who's the next game? Is that Sheridan?
Well, maybe. I thought Benton and...
That's not Sheridan.
That is Sheridan right down there in the yellow. Or maybe it's Harrison. Harrison and Benton's next. Pulaski Academy beat Siloam in soccer, girls.
Man, they don't waste time between innings.
Right.
Strike 1 there. Just keep that in your book.
Got it. We'll certainly talk with Haley McAdams after this game, win or lose, and tell her we need more warm-up pitches. So one warm-up pitch, she's ready to rock and roll. First one to Lily Ward was a strike, and the second one's outside for a ball. So 1-1 now, top of the third. Greenwood leading 3-0. Welcome all those joining us around the state on the live stream. Some Whitehall fans may be tuned in as McAdams sends the 1-1 in there for a called strike. 1-2 now to Lily Ward, a right-handed batting second baseman. She's their number 8 batter in the lineup. Rain, I see some umbrellas starting to pop open, so some rain has started out there as that one's outside. 2-2 now to Lily Ward. Lily is a sophomore for the Whitehall Lady Bulldogs. Greenwood won in the first, 2 in the second, and this one's in the air, a little blooper, but Coop came running in from second. Ireland makes the catch for Greenwood for out number 1.
And we saw that yesterday. Coryell and Ireland both were right there with the ball, and it was a kind of the, hey, I'll touch it just like a touch pass to you, and the assist was made. But that time, Ireland gets it cleanly.
Yep.
And there's the first out for Whitehall on top of the third.
Here's their right fielder, Nat Spadoni. She looks at strike 1, right-handed bat. 1 down here, top of the third. Play 7 innings, and a run rule after 5, I believe. As Spadoni fouls one to the Greenwood dugout, third base side. 0-2. I think there may be other run rules in softball. I know it's 10 after 5 in baseball. Softball.
15 after 3.
Okay.
And then you got to go 5, 10 after 5.
Okay, gotcha. Good. 0-2 count to their number 9 hole batter, Nat Spadoni. McAdams kicks and fires the right hand. It's a little high. 1-2.
But on 0-2 count, that's what you want. See if she'll chase. Raise the eye level. We talked about it a couple times yesterday.
Yep.
And that's exactly what she did there. And credit the batter laying off the high stuff.
1-2. This one's in the air, fouled out of play over here to the freshly new sodded area. Now, how old is this facility, did you say? It can't be very old.
No, it's not very old. They started this around COVID.
Oh, okay.
So this used to be a baseball field.
Okay.
So if you'll look down the left field line, you can see 2 foul poles.
Gotcha.
They call them foul poles. I call them fair poles.
Foul poles.
No, because
Right.
if you hit them, it's fair pole.
Right. That one's foul over the top for sure, a foul ground, out of play.
Yeah, you don't need a pole there.
No.
Out of bounds, as you called it.
Yeah, that's out of bounds. I'm a golfer.
Or a basketball player. I mean,
Right, yeah, we're football. 1-2 still to Nat Spadoni. McAdams kicks and fires.
ooh,
Just missed upstairs. Cowart
collective.
tried to frame it. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. Cowart, I think, committed to Williams Baptist, but I think maybe some interest from A-State back there at catcher. Here's the 2-2. And it's low, 3-2 now to their number 9 hole. You want to walk the 9 hole batter. That's a no-no in baseball or softball.
well, we say walks are no-nos.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't want to do
Right.
that.
Sure. Here comes the 3-2. And she take her base. It was just outside, so base runner for Whitehall. And here comes the top of the order. And Sarah Beth Young reached on an error in the first.
Yeah, just the slapper. She's from the left side, so defensive lineman with the runner on first. How you align differently now, and Bree, I'm assuming, will charge hard from the third base side.
And she was, not only did she have the walk-off double, 2 RBIs, but she was stellar fielding. And I knew I shouldn't have said anything. The ball took a wild hop on her and just squirted away out of her glove. So there's a error on the third baseman, and Young is aboard with a bunt. I guess I started saying it before she fielded it, but she did have a great game yesterday, offensively and defensively. We'll take that. Here's her 2 hole now, Sophie Stone, who's pitching now. And a ball just outside.
And this is some traffic and all. Donald Hart gets out there and says, okay, just got to calm you down.
Yep.
We've got 1 out.
Right.
And we need to find a way to just go ahead and, hey, let's focus on the batter, get an out. Let your defense play. But a walk and an error back-to-back has given Whitehall some life in the top of the third here.
Certainly. He is going to throw those strikes and let them hit it. Our fielding will be fine. Just those strikes. You cannot walk batters. Haley agrees. Take a little rosin. Page and Coop, a couple seniors over there on that right side of the infield saying, let's go, baby. Lady Bulldogs looking for, unofficially, their 7th trip to the semis. I know they've been 6 times, just count off the top of my head in pregame, but 2 state championships in Greenwood softball. And Sophie Stone's got a 1-ball count. Bunt is down, and McAdams off the circle, throws to second. Coop is there covering, fantastic. The sacrifice was good, but there's 2 down.
And you're hoping, I mean, that's your 2-hole hitter. You're hoping your 3-hole can deliver a hit here. And I think, what did she do her last at bat? Did she strike out?
She did.
Yeah.
Struck out.
That's where we were confused.
Right. Yeah, that's right. And that first one's right down the middle, off-speed nastiness.
Dirty.
The rain's starting to come down a lot. I even kind of felt a little mist coming through the screen. It's coming, raining in from behind.
Umbrellas aren't doing a whole lot of good because the wind is at.
This one's up in the air and out of play over
That's
here.
right at you.
Yeah, I know. I didn't flinch. Just for those wondering. Just off to my right, foul out of play. 0-2 now to Bethany Roper.
How you have progressed this year has been impressive.
Oh, it's just, I know. I amaze myself sometimes.
You're so humble, too.
Here's the 0-2.
Ooh, she tried to get in the river.
And 1-2 now. Bethany Roper, who was their pitcher, I guess stays in the lineup. With Stone being the designated player, I guess she goes to DP, I'm assuming how that works. I don't know. 1-2 now. Swing and a miss. She got her. And that will end the threat.
Get out of the damage.
Absolutely. They left 2 on base. There was no hits. There was 1 error. And let's see. McAdams has 4 strikeouts on the day so far through 3 innings.
Not bad.
No.
So she's up to, what, 97?
90.
What'd you say? Started with 93?
Started with 93, yes, sir.
So add 4. There's your math.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 97.
You see the steam. People at home can't see the steam coming off his head right now, but it's a lot of work to add those 4 to 93.
Tim Terry, Dr. Dustin Smith, Director of Athletics at Greenwood High School, joining you here. Bringing in some softball. Got baseball today. 1:30 scheduled first pitch, and I can tell you right now that ain't going to happen. That rain's coming in. We'll be lucky to get this one through as the wind just howling straight across right to left. I would say it's up to about 25 miles an hour. Old Glory's at full starch out there in right center. And so hopefully we can continue today's game. The wind's starting to crank up, and this is exactly what happened last night as everything, once the wind got here, it all just fell apart. But we'll keep on plugging here until we see some. And luckily no lightning, though. We'll play till the lightning shows, I guess.
Yeah, 100% chance of rain till 1.
Now, everybody said, well, they got turf fields. Turf fields don't matter. Contrary to popular belief, if it's lightnings, you can have gold fields, and it wouldn't matter. You can't play. But and they get just as slippery and as wet and dangerous as a natural surface. So as Taylor hits first pitch swinging to center field, and the center fielder's there for the first out. But that's a good wood on the ball. It's the first fly ball out. No, we had a sac fly from Torrey Howard. So that's the second one. It was out to center field as well.
Well, the bunt, what do you call that? I mean, I know it's not a fly ball, but
a little pop out, I would call that. Or a foul out, even more so.
That's still not a...
No, not a fly ball. Here's Cowart. She's swinging away, and that's into the gap in left center. 1 hop to the center fielder, and Cowart's aboard. And Riley now 1 for 2. Fantastic lead, 1-out single.
Third hit for the Lady Bulldogs of Greenwood.
We have a Burton sighting.
We do.
Here comes a courtesy runner, Emmy Burton.
You might be seeing double. You look over there in that dugout.
No doubt. There's no might to it. It's happening. Emmy Burton will courtesy run for the pitcher or the catcher, Riley Cowart. McAdams will dig in now. She walked her first time up, Greenwood's pitcher. Batting .342, she ended up scoring a run. Well, at least her courtesy runner did. Hart. There's 1 down now, but we're in the bottom of the third, and Greenwood leading 3-0. McAdams squaring the bunt, now pulls back and fires away, but fouls this one out of play. So I think it looks like the batters kind of like this new pitcher. She's filling up the strike zone. They're swinging away. Just square those things up and get them going the other direction.
Yeah, not wasting time.
Yeah.
This rain is coming in pretty hot.
It's pretty bad. That's low. There goes the runner. Burton easily to second. Swipe the bag. 1 ball, 1 strike. Officials will rotate around with the runner at second now.
And generally in regular season you see just 2 umpires, but when you get to the state tournament they have a 3-man crew. Mechanics obviously are different with a 3-man crew than a 2-man crew.
Here's a 1-1 to Haley McAdams.
Quick math for you.
Well, 3-man crews are a lot better, or the more the merrier in softball and baseball. And McAdams, this one's right on top of us. Let's hear. Yep, 1 and 2. That literally would have landed in our lap if we had the
Joey flinched over here.
Oh, Joey.
He's not used to him coming in real hot. He almost got hit in Harrison. I think it was in Harrison. He almost got hit with a home run ball out there.
Yeah.
Triple H pounded out towards him.
I think Doc Holtz came at him, too. Here's the 1-2. That went about 38
let's
feet.
do your math.
I wasn't on the 60-foot mound here.
It's a different sport.
Yeah.
And we're only in the 3rd inning. I thought you'd figure that out.
No, still, it's amazing that ball's yellow. It's like an old Yeller Titleist my buddy Mark Schumann hits. 2-2 is the count. Me and the home plate blue agree. The scoreboard does not, but that's not official. Just me and home plate blue. That's foul back into the net.
The scoreboard does agree.
They do now. They just changed it. He stuck his double deuces up down there. Burton's out at second. She's running for Cowart, who singled. I think Riley was 2 for 3 yesterday in the first game. So she's bumping that average up a little bit. Here's the 2-2 to Haley McAdams. That bounced in, full count.
What'd you say that went?
38 feet.
660, 47.
Yeah, right.
Swanson, Swami.
Samsonite.
I was way off.
So Coach Akins is talking to home plate blue. Got a dry ball brought in. Home plate blues went over to the dugout needing some, I guess, drier ones. And now he's filled up his pouches. Rarely do you see the blue walk over there. Usually somebody run them out to him, but I like that. Full count now to Haley McAdams, Greenwood's pitcher. See if she can find some green turf. She reached out and got it out to the right field. Burton had to wait and make sure it wasn't caught, so she's going to just get to third. And it'll be a single for Haley. Good. And another courtesy runner as Hart comes out. Runners at the corners, both courtesy running. And the senior, my girl Paige Pugh, coming up. She's batting .304. She scored a run in her first plate appearance. I don't know how she got on. I don't have anything written down. That's frustrating.
So your book isn't official?
It's not now. After I see that, that's frustrating. I don't know how she got over there. May have been one of those errors that you wouldn't let me count. McAdams walked. Horn reached on an error. I don't know what Paige did.
Paige is the one that hit it to third. Remember, and it got past her and then squirted past.
I got you. So that was a single.
Good thing I'm here.
That's right. Hart stole second base on the first pitch, which was a strike. And Pugh rips this one down the left field line and just foul.
Tried to do her best Bree Taylor impersonation there with that ball down the line.
Oh, boy. You know, from where I'm sitting here, I could just see where that ball hit fair last night. It was just heavenly. So awesome. All right, so 0-2 now for Pugh. She's in the hole. She's going to have to dig out of this thing. Runners at second and third and one down. Waits on the changeup. It's popped up to the infield, but it's going to fall harmlessly. Pugh will get to first easily. First base had to dive for it. It was kind of in a Bermuda Triangle of sorts out here in the infield, Doc.
Yeah, so we got to give it a hit.
Yeah, absolutely. I do agree with you there. Base is juice now. Put your Coke hats on.
Mr. Z.
Yeah, I know they're tuned in choir class.
Just go with Mr. Z. That's safe
right.
for you.
So, not Roy Burgundy.
Not Rod Zimmerman or Roy Burgundy.
Here's Natalie Horn with the bases juiced. One out. She squares the bunt, now pulls back. Rips this one in the sky. That's going to at least be a sac fly. It's going to left field. The wind's beating her up. And snow cone catch, but the tag was good from Burton. The tag was good from Hart at second. She'll move up. Burton will score, and it's an RBI sac fly for Nat Horn.
And that's what you want to do. You got runners in scoring position. Give them an option. Score them if you can, and you brought home at least one. Good job on that to lift that ball to left, and the wind's going to play games with it.
Yep.
And you saw that. You said the snow cone catch.
Yeah, and a good job out there from their left fielder as Taylor now stands in. Swipe bag by Pugh. They throw down, and Hart slides in. Although haphazardly, she'll score from third. It's almost a little barrel roll there.
Well, and this is what you're going to see a little bit different now with wet turf.
Yep.
How you got to slide because it's different.
And this one's a shot to short. They're going to get, nope, it's too deep. Infield single for Taylor. She ran it out. Good.
Paige thought she was out, I guess.
Head to the dugout.
Yeah, she thought it was out number 3, but.
Fourth single of the inning here for Greenwood. 2-out rally in progress. We're back at the top of the order. And an old dog, Torrey Howard. DP in here in game and second round action. And just swinging away. There's a shot towards second. And they've got a bad spin off the turf, Doc, and she's going to score. Boy, it's just tough. You say what you want. I know the surface is what it is, but, boy, it just got some wild Marseille on it, and Howard's going to be at first. Taylor's over to second. And then E4. It's tough. You hate
and that ball was off the end of her bat.
Yep.
And so it had that natural spin. You know, you call it the English.
Yeah,
you call it the Marseille.
Yeah. I'm a pool player.
Are you? You play the billiards, do you?
Absolutely.
I've got a buddy that gets up every morning at 4:30 and practices billiards.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I like that.
In Minnesota.
Is it Minnesota Fats?
No, that's not his name.
Well, I mean, that was a pool player back
Right.
then.
Yeah, that's not his name. No. I'm with you.
I would call him that just so you know if he was my friend.
I may do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, here's Ireland Cooper, and they throw it over her head. Runners are going to move up.
And this is where you're seeing a wet ball.
Yep. Tough times out there. By the way, the left fielder, I was to give her credit on the catch earlier, is Kendall Reed for Whitehall. I did not get her name. She's the flex and in left field, by the way.
And generally, the left fielder is playing in a lot with a slap hitter.
Right. They hadn't made that adjustment for her. 6-0 Lady Bulldogs. That one's over Coop's head. 2-0 count.
Like literally.
Right. And figuratively.
Right.
2-out rally in progress. Bottom of the third.
Like it was right over her head.
Yes. I wonder, can we score 12 more runs in this 2-out rally and get out of here in 3 innings? It'd be tough.
You don't need 12.
Oh, I thought you said
it's 15. So you just need 9.
Oh, 6. I was just thinking, we're at
your
6.
math is terrible.
I was just thinking, I saw the 3 in the inning. Coop, slap a little popper over to the third base, and she catches it, darn it. So, never mind all that rally stuff I was talking about, but a very productive inning for the Lady Bulldogs as they had 3 runs on 4 hits. They did leave 2 more on base, though, as Greenwood leads 6-0 here through 3 innings in the second round of the 5A state softball tournament. Let's take a quick break. Greenwood Sports Center and the Sports Hog 103.5. 30 seconds. McAdams little quick pitches. Okay, that's fine, babe.
What's the weather look like, Joey?
Yeah, how's the weather up there?
You need your pod in here?
Right.
If it stays south, if there's lightning in that, we're in trouble. Yeah, this may be heavy for a bit.
All right. We welcome you back to Marion Sports Complex, Lady Patriots softball field. Greenwood Lady Bulldogs, Whitehall Lady Bulldogs. Top of the 4th, it's Taylor Irvin, their third baseman, and she looks at strike 1 from Haley McAdams, Greenwood pitcher.
And that's what you want to do if you're Haley. You got to lead. You put a crooked number up. Let's go ahead and pound the zone.
Just outside, 1-1 now. 6-0 Greenwood here in the top of the fourth. Missed the extra point thus far. Little high. 2-1.
Not over her head high.
No.
Benton Panthers have shown up. They play the next game.
Yep, them and the Harrison Lady Goblins.
So the winner of this game gets the winner of that one?
Yep. Tomorrow.
Scheduled for 10 o'clock.
Is that right? Yes. Yeah, that's right. First game. That one's low. Full count. Well, wait a minute. Let me make sure. See if home plate blue throws it up there.
Well, if he does, she's walking to. Should be 3-2, right?
Well, I think so. This one's in Aaron fouled out of play. We'll never know. Maybe we.
Well, we could know.
Yeah.
Generally, I mean, I know this is a new rule in softball, but if you foul off on. Well, I mean, if you foul that off with 2 strikes, you still get another opportunity.
That's right. Yeah.
The game would be at noon tomorrow.
Yes.
Not 10. That was right at you. You didn't flinch at all. You were honed in on those sunflower seeds. That's
well,
why.
it's just cracked pepper flavor, and they're fantastic. David's only.
Unpaid advertising there.
I think it's 3-2. Let's see what home plate blue. If he'll show some fingers, he's not going to. Yeah, 12 tomorrow.
Well, you just kind of jumped to a couple things.
This one's right at Taylor. Took about 4 baby steps in and draws the bead. No problem for Chuck out there in right field. Charlie Taylor with her third put out there.
Yeah, Charlie's been tested a lot today and come up a champ every time.
Yep, good player, great athlete.
Been doing it a long time for these Lady Bulldogs.
Right on. This one's fouled back into the netting. It's Emma Ratliff, their catcher. Strike 1.
12:09, right on time, too.
And those tracks there are way on down towards the south a little bit. That one that came by us a while ago had about 4 cars on it. It was kind of a pitiful train. Here's the 0-1.
I think I can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, little Thomas. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now to Emma Ratliff.
A little engine that could.
Hey, want to send our condolences out to the family of Chris Boyd.
No question.
Tough one, Doc Smith.
Yeah, great man, and just an unfortunate loss in the Greenwood Bulldog family.
Yes, sir. Ooh, that was outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Emma Ratliff, their catcher, Haley McAdams. Pitching a shutout so far. That one's fouled up into the net. Looks like the rain's still coming down a little bit. Maybe not as heavy as before.
You know, that's one of the pros about these dugouts with the expansive roof that they have.
Yep.
Some of our patrons have
made their way over to
gotten underneath the awning so that they don't get wet. I won't mention any names, but their initials are Chief Dawson and Stephen McAdams. Oh,
those are the guys made of sugar down there that might melt in a little rain. Here's the 2-2. I got a rye grin for the Chief down there. 1 out here at the top of the 4th. I hope he doesn't have his gun on him. That's inside. Full count now to Emma Ratliff. Oh. Yep, Peggy said it shows 12 tomorrow on the bracket, so it's official.
Right.
It's official.
If Mamaw knows. Did you get her that hat?
She hadn't came down here yet.
Okay, when you see her, you better make sure she gets it.
She was a rock star last night. Hung out all day up at Fayetteville covering the SEC softball tournament. This one's in the net, foul back out of play, or over the net. 3-2 still.
In, over.
Yeah, she was on TV a lot. Mamaw, she knows the hot spots to sit up there when you're in the press and get on TV a lot.
Yeah.
3-2 the count.
The question is she getting good photos?
Oh, yeah, she got a real good one of that play at the plate when we got her out, the girl trying to score at home. But the Lady Hogs fell short in extra innings. That was fouled back to the support. 3-2. This is an unreal at-bat right now from Emma Ratliff. Of course, Allie Saki and Chelsea Posich, a couple of former Lady Bulldogs on the softball squad. Those two certainly get plenty of airtime as well. There's a shot to Taylor. That may have got her. Nope, that wind held it up. And Charlie makes the out there. Fantastic work again. That's back-to-back putouts in right field for Chuck Taylor.
Kind of a black hole right there, right? You can't see what happens in the awning of the dugout. And I don't know if Joey can pan over there and you can kind of
not at all
a visual of that. But
right.
He's going over there and you can kind of see the awning.
Right, yeah.
But it's right there. You cut it off.
Yeah.
So if Charlie takes 3 steps to her left, we're guessing.
Yep. Got a little more room to see out in the left field if Parker goes towards the line. I can just about see the line all the way down to the wall, but anything in foul ground out there is a no-no. Swing and a miss for Macy Langston, their shortstop.
You know, this is a unique spot. Joey Buffkin is the camera wizard.
Yep.
The guru, if you will, and he's usually out past that center field fence, and we may call him a softie. He's up here in the confines of the press box, and he's usually out there weathering the weather, just wearing it, if you will, and today he requested to be up here.
Well, unfortunately, with the power issues we had to kind of downsize all of our goodies, so we sure wanted to get the live stream to the folks.
But do want to thank Joe Buffkin for all he does making these live streams happen.
A bunts down, McAdams over to Coop. Nice catch from Ireland on the throw, just a hair low, but she makes it over at first base, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Haley McAdams here in the top of the 4th. As the Lady Bulldogs lead the Whitehall Lady Bulldogs 6-0 as we move to the bottom half of the 4th inning. I want to thank all of our sponsors for getting us on the air here, in particular Mr. Stephen McAdams. And
the tough guy.
Yeah, tough guy.
Yeah, now he's out. The rain must be down.
Yeah. You know, those investment broker guys, they're
fair weather guys.
Well,
is what you're saying?
Yeah, they're office guys. They don't like to get out here.
They like the climate controlled area.
Right. Oh, good times. Greenwood looking like they're in the driver's seat here to make it to the semifinals. Harrison and Benton will play after us. The winner of that will take on the Lady Bulldogs of Greenwood if we can hang on here. Now, Harrison's an interesting story, Doc Smith. You know, we go up there, we pound them 2-run rule games. Their coach, I think, literally quit between games up there, and they've kind of turned the corner with a new coach in charge, and they've been playing gangbusters here of late, and they got a nice win yesterday in the first round, and here they are getting to play one of the better programs in the state of late in the Benton Lady Panthers.
Well, those were 2 big wins, obviously, winning at Harrison.
Yeah.
That needed to happen, and we were able to do so. And I'm not saying it's because we did that they had a coaching change, but the fact is that they have a new coach, and they gotten on a roll and played really well yesterday, and now get to play, which is arguably one of the better teams, 2-time defending state champs in Minton.
Well, here's Paige Parker to lead it off for Greenwood, bottom of the 4th, and the first one is over but low for ball 1. Paige had an RBI ground out and popped out a little bunt to the catcher on a bunt attempt. Bottom of the 4th, Parker leading off. It'll be, and she's hit.
That.
Yep, fantastic. We'll take it. Hit by pitch.
It almost seems like she was upset that happened.
I know. She wanted to swing the bat. I love that.
Posse's probably talking to her. You think Doc's got my rain gear up there?
Here's Bree Taylor now. As you know, last night's hero. She is 1 for 2 today. Singled and flied out to center field. Hit a pretty decent little out to center. First one's upstairs. There goes Parker, going to swipe the bag, and she slides in. Can she hang on to the bag? She does. Another disadvantage of the turf is when you slide, you just head out to left field. If you're not careful, you got to grab that bag.
What was that, a ball? It was a ball.
It was a ball. Or start the slide real early. I know it. I can recall that 2011 baseball title game at Conway. We had a guy over slide past second and get called out. That's upstairs. Breathe a good eye, 2-0. A whole lot of shenanigans in that game, but 2-ball count to Bree Taylor. She's a junior, third baseman. And that ball's ripped but pulled. She smoked it to left.
Oh.
But it just gets out of play.
That would have.
Strike 1.
That would have played it Daisy easily.
Yes.
No slide needed.
No. It would have played it Bree on a nice little afternoon trot around the bases. This one's hit the center. The center fielder makes the catch. Good tag from Parker, but you better get down and dirty over at third. The ball was bounced off of the third baseman, so she'll be safe at third on the tag.
We'll see if they appeal that, see if she left early.
I don't think she did, but I wouldn't be surprised if they appealed it.
I mean, what do you got to lose?
Right.
But that ball was squared up. I mean, and they'll tell you as an outfielder, the ball hit right at you with that line drive is the toughest one to judge, and she took a step in to start, then had to retreat and made a good play.
One out. Cowart got one under the third baseman's glove. The shortstop backed her up, makes the play, but not after Cowart snuck in an RBI as Parker scores from third base, and the extra point is good. Greenwood leads 7-0 over Whitehall.
And that's what all you're doing is trying to keep adding runs, and Greenwood has scored every inning so far. And Riley Cowart, the senior,
yes,
drives in Daisy Parker there.
McAdams got out of the way, one bouncing in, ball one to Haley.
And McAdams said, I ain't getting hit. I want to hit.
She's walked, she's singled. Her courtesy runner has scored twice, the Sailor Hart. Play just missed that one, did Haley McAdams.
Yeah, there's been a lot of balls hit out here.
Right, but see,
right.
A million of them off to this side right of the press box.
That's not even glove side for you.
No, it's not. No, I'd have to backhand. I can barehand those. That's low. 2-1 to McAdams. Coach Hart get some words of encouragement from the third base box. Haley will climb in that right side. Here we go. Sophie Stone, the relief pitch for Whitehall, scoops it up, a little tapper right back to her. She'll throw over no problem to get out number 3. 1-3 on the put out. But the damage, a little more damage was done for the Lady Bulldogs. Hit by pitch, and Parker gets on base, and she'll end up scoring a run on Cowart's RBI. 1 run, no hits, no one left on base. 4 innings in the books. Greenwood 7, Whitehall 0. This is the second round of the.
You got it. Thank you.
Yeah, baby.
I see you've taken a page out of Joey Buffkin's book and not offering any sunflower seeds. Joey doesn't offer anything. He had these Reese's dip pretzels one time, and he just let me watch him eat every single one of them without offering.
Gotcha.
I mean, without offering, not even a hesitation. He just kept pounding them, throwing them down the hatch over and over and over again without even so much as turning to his left. All he had to do is turn to his left and say, "Hey, Doc, you want any?"
Right.
No go. So I tell you that. Okay.
Right. We're back here in Marion.
I'm hanging on to that like a grudge.
Hang on to it. 7-0 Greenwood. McAdams back to work. And she is facing Caitlin Lambert, their first baseman. Caitlin flied out to, guess who, Charlie Taylor, back in the second inning.
Charlie's had a lot of work out there, right?
1 ball count. Here it comes from McAdams. Swings the right arm through, and that's a ball. I hesitated because I thought it was surely a strike.
So is the river just on the outside part?
No.
Or do you call the river on the inside, too?
Well, I would say they both are river, but that one there was right in the lake. I mean, I thought it was got some of the plate. It was certainly on the black. 2-0 count, however. Wind still howling across right to left. That one's fouled over towards the
Look alive.
Whitehall dugout, absolutely.
All was smoked over there.
We may have a pinch hitter on deck. Lily Ward is scheduled to bat, but our pinch hitter's got a hoodie on, so I don't know if it's her or not. With no number on the back, because that one's fouled straight back. 2-2.
I just got a report for that. My daughter said I sound bitter over that Reese's Pretzels deal.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had those Reese's Pretzels? If you haven't, you are missing life.
There's a ball chopped towards Coriel at short. She'll double pump and throw across. Good job. Take your time. Know you got a little slower runner. And make a good throw over there. Grip that ball. 6-3 on the put out. Well, I'm a Reese's machine. That's my favorite candy.
Well, know what I found? I'll give you something I found the other day. And I've shared this with Joey because I offer things. But Reese's dipped animal crackers.
Interesting.
No, I'm telling you.
Wow. That's interesting. The first one's outside. It is Lily Ward batting. Ball 1. Yeah, Reese's dipped animal crackers. Huh.
Yeah. I'm not going to steer you wrong. I haven't ever told you something to lead you the wrong way.
Right. Bunt is down. McAdams off the rubber over to first to Ireland Coopers, who's covering.
So it's just a guessing game, or did you go with who was the batter there?
I went with Lily Ward. That's who they announced
Okay.
on the deal. No number on the back of her hoodie. Not sure if that's per the rules, but it's fine. Here's Nat Spadoni. She walked her first time up and was stranded over at third base. And the first one to her is a ball.
So if it's inside and it's not a strike, you call it the creek? River outside?
Okay, I can live with that. That one's in the outside river, and wow, Cowart took a long time squeezing that one. Wow, she didn't even have to frame that one. There's a ball outs out there for Charlie Taylor in right field. Middle of the 5th now. Greenwood leading 7-0. Lady Bulldogs have scored in every inning. 7, 8, 9, Paige Pugh, Natalie Horn, Charlie Taylor here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Well, that's where damage was done to start things yesterday, if I remember correctly.
Absolutely.
Because Charlie came around. It was 8-9-1. We talked about it. 8-9-1.
Yep.
And Valley View got a run with 8-9-1 up in top of the 7th, and Greenwood was able to plate 3 with 8-9-1 coming up in the bottom of the 7th.
Right.
Coach Hart's hoping we don't have to go 7 here.
No. Need to get you 3 runs here, get out of here, beat this storm, let everybody else wonder if they're ever going to finish. Now, obviously, if all the rest of the stuff is Coach's Possage got his phone out checking radar with home plate.
Well,
blue.
I sent him a text and told him I got rain gear for him. It's just in the van at baseball.
We'll see.
I'm not sure it's going to do him a lot of good. I've yet to get a response.
Well, I'm waiting for him to see it and turn around and give you the stank eye. I've seen it before. Mike Possage. Great dude.
Old Boss Poss.
Man.
We got Burton batting here.
Yeah, Amy Burton going to pinch hit for
She's
Paige
ready
Pugh.
to go.
Right on.
So get me in there, and the umpire's like, hold on. I got to write some things down here. So
Amy Burton's going to pinch hit in the
Emmy Burton.
5th. Yep.
Yesterday, a rare stat. You had to be a Burton to a courtesy run until they threw that for a loop.
Yeah, they brought that Sailor Hart girl in.
Right.
Swing and a miss for Burton trying to slap. Pugh was 2 for 2, scored 2 runs, but Coach Hart's going to give Burton a little swing at it here, see if he can get Emmy a little work from the left side, way back in the box, and that's outside. Yes.
Some of this, you also want to. I mean, you're going to try to use her moving forward in a slap situation when you may need it, and this gives her opportunity to see some live at bats.
Right.
Paige was hitting the ball well,
and that is low. I guess 2-1.
Now the question becomes: we talked about it earlier. When you want to throw it inside on the hands of a slap hitter, that was the change up, and that messes with your timing for sure.
Sure. Here's the 2-1, and it's low. 3-1.
Do you think you could have been a slap hitter?
Oh yeah, with my speed, explosiveness, I couldn't bat from the left side.
You can't run out of sight in 3 days.
Right. Hey, there's a slapper. Oh, and a great job by their shortstop to climb the ladder and kind of get that ball from. That's a Macy Langston. Thought she had gotten over the top, but to no avail. 1 out here, and it's Natalie Horn. That's Sophie Stone still in the circle for Whitehall. She came in relief of Bethany Roper, who started for the Lady Bulldogs. Her horn is a ball.
Nat King Cole.
Yeah.
Is what I call her.
Lady Bulldogs center fielder. It's the 24th year overall since I've been doing some Greenwood athletics.
Overalls.
And this is like the softball's been a little bit sparingly. Baseball and basketball, I started in 2010. That's a shot. That's way over the left fielder's head. One hops the fence, and Horn's on her horse, and she'll have a 1-out double standing up. Fantastic. That's the hardest hit ball we've seen all weekend, Doc.
Well, the hardest hit fair ball.
Sure.
Because Bree Taylor hit that one down the that was way foul, but That would have been a trot, as you said, the little afternoon.
Stroll.
But great job by Nat. That one hopped the fence out there and left. And
3-1. She sat on it and got what she wanted. Here's Chuck Taylor now. Charlie's walked. She's singled. She's been stranded on the base paths twice. Let's see if she can swap places with Natalie Horn out there. Lady Bulldogs needing 3 runs to win this ball game here in the 5th by run rule. Swinging the miss. She was going for it all right there. Going for the gusto.
Well, Posich had an easy call there. Usually you don't want to get them thrown out at second, but that was hit smooth out there, and that's an easy. Hey, get to second.
Right. Here's the 0-1 upstairs. 1-1.
Yeah, Charlie's chomping at the bit. She saw Nat smash that ball, and she's like, "Hey, let's keep this thing rolling."
Horn roasted that, too. It's a nice hit. Here's a 1-1 to Charlie Taylor. Chopper to third, gobbled up. And, she got under the tag. No. Well, I guess she got her.
Tagged her up high.
Sure did. Maybe a little base running errors. Horn tried to deke for a minute, and then she thought, well, she's going to throw to first, and she did not. She was tagged.
So that's a fielder's choice. Put that down and out as a hit.
I got that as a
I know yesterday
choice.
We had some conversation regarding that.
Well, that certainly was a fielder's choice.
Yesterday was too.
I guess.
Just so you know.
Eventually, I'll agree with you. That's a second out. 5 unassisted on Horn at third. And here is the top of the order. My girl, Tori Howard. Victoria.
The messy bun.
One ball.
That's what that is. You said last year.
That's it. The little dirty bun.
She verified it.
Right. And that one bounced and hit her. And she flings the bat in disgust. Charge the mound. Let's see some action.
Don't do that.
Oh, okay. Well, here's Ireland Cooper, the last chance for the Lady Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 5th, unless she can extend this inning. She's the winning run.
What would be the winning run?
Well, and here comes a pinch runner for...
That's Coriel, so she's the DP or the flex.
She's the flex. DP is Howard.
Right. So you can run with the flex for the DP.
Okay. So Morgan over there at first base. Home plate Blues going to try to get it all lined out with Coach Akins for Whitehall. And Cooper's the winning run at the plate. So she needs to get on the base paths and so we can get this thing over with in 5 innings maybe. Out at second is Charlie Taylor. She's been out there all afternoon. Can't get any. Well, she got to third, I guess, in the 3rd inning. Bunts down. Can Coop beat it out? She's on her horse. She could not. Bang, bang over there. Boy, it was close. Just a little bit too firm to the pitcher. 1-4 on the putout, covering at third base.
First time Greenwood hadn't scored in an inning.
I know. Left 2 on base. There was one hit, the rocket double out there by Natalie Horn. Greenwood's left 7 base runners here in today's affair. It's the 2nd round of the 5A state softball tournament. 5 innings in the books. Greenwood 7, Whitehall 0. Tim Terry, Dr. Dustin Smith, glad to have you aboard here. Baseball is scheduled to be starting in an hour, but I'm not sure with the
precipitation
weather and stuff in the area what we're going to have, so we'll keep you posted. Well, 1:30 says the scheduled first pitch. So we're hoping we can get this game done. I was hoping this one would end just after that inning so we can have some time to load up and head over there. But
you may have to sprint.
That's a mad dash. I will. I'll be like on those ice skates.
There won't be ice skating here. It'll be just straight mudding.
Yeah, it'll be a hydroplaning. The lowlands over here in Marion. All right, who we got? They're at the top of the order. Sarah Beth Young.
Not Mary Beth.
Nope.
We've discussed this.
Yes. She's their center fielder, 0-0. Reached on an error twice. So we got to get this girl out. One at short and one at third base. And the first one from McAdams is a little high. Wait a minute. They put a strike on the board, but he didn't signal strike.
No, he signaled a ball.
So we're going to say ball 1.
You're not wrong.
Via the umpire. And the bunt's down. And went foul. Good job, Bree. Let that thing go foul. 1-1.
They got 0-2 on the board, but I think the home plate Blue will.
He said ball. He never signaled strike on the first pitch.
He
says, wow. I don't know.
You were wrong.
I guess.
Again.
That's amazing. That's high, so at least my ball still scribble on my scorebook is fine. So now I'm thinking 1 and 2.
Here's the confidence. Listeners can't see this, obviously, and the viewers at home can't see this, but he's keeping a book and pen.
Yeah, baby.
That's confidence.
2 and 2. Hey.
Or stupidity.
Right. The only thing I've got wrong right now is I put is Torrey Howard's on the other team here.
It's not the only thing you've gotten wrong. We've established this.
Well, it's 2 and 2. That's a chopper back to the first for the pitcher. She'll throw to first. Out number 1.
The first pitcher.
That's beautiful. She is our first pitcher.
She is.
1 out here in the 6th.
And I hope the only pitcher for this game.
Absolutely right. Here's Sophie Stone. She's their second pitcher of the day. She popped out to the second baseman and had a sac bunt.
See how we did that?
Yes. And McAdams kicks and fires a nasty little changeup. There's the strike signal from home plate blue. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. You know, a lot of times I'll do that. I'll see a ball come across, and I'll look down and mark it in my scorebook, and then I'll miss that, and that's a swing and a miss. Got to be strike 2. I'm confident.
There's no question there.
0-2.
You don't have to rely on the home plate blue.
But I've changed my attitude a little bit today, and I've been kind of focusing on him, so it's very odd that I'm still not getting.
I think you're getting this ice skating in your mind.
I tell you what. I don't like Nancy Kerrigan.
Is there a rink?
1 ball count is way outside a breaking ball from McAdams. It's 2-0 now.
Way off the banks of the river.
Yes. Roper started out pitching, and now she's in the DP spot, I guess. So this one's a mile high. Foul ground. Atta girl. Squeeze it. 1, 2, 3, they go. No problem for the Lady Bulldogs of Greenwood. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, leading 7-0. 3 runs needed again to end this ball game. Let's see if we can do it. It'll be Parker, Bree Taylor, and Riley Cowart when we come back after this quick timeout on the Sports Hog 103.5. If you got a 30, let's roll it.
Man, I've been watching this guy. He's patrolling that parking lot out there. People pulled up there watching, trying to stay out of the weather, and he has run them off with regularity.
Beautiful. All right. We welcome you back to Marion, Arkansas. 5A state softball tournament. Greenwood Lady Bulldogs, Whitehall Lady Bulldogs upset the number 1 seed BB Lady Badgers yesterday. And BB was the hottest team really coming into the postseason. I think you said 18-game win streak. 19. And somehow they squandered that big win streak. And now Greenwood taking advantage of here, putting it on Whitehall. 7-0, bottom of the 6th. This is our freshman left fielder, Daisy Parker. She grounded out an RBI in the first, popped out a little bunt attempt to the catcher in the second, and she was hit by a pitch in the 4th, scored a run. And here comes Sophie Stone, and first pitch swinging is fouled up, and guess where? Just to my right of the press box.
Get out of here.
I don't chart those where the foul balls go, but that's at least the 30th one that's hit.
I mean, it was a millionth earlier. A million of them, and now we've gone to the 30.
Well, I try to stay, a little bit in reality every now and then.
Oh, that is a lie.
Over but low. That time I'm assuming for Parker 1-1.
So Greenwood 3 defensive outs away from advancing to the semifinals.
Mm-hmm. Yes. There's a ball laced to left center. Parker got by the left fielder just under her glove, and Parker's going to try for 2. Standing up very wisely. Just kind of hover in there instead of sliding. And it's a leadoff double for the Lady Bulldogs. We're happy. As Bree Taylor now a chance to get her in here and get us closer to a run rule victory.
Do you have them for a hit? I do not, but...
And there's a shot, a hot shot to the hot corner, and they're going to hold up Parker. Bree's going to go ahead and scoot over to second base, and we got second, third, and the winning run is at the plate now. And it is Cowart scheduled to bat. Looks like we're going to pinch hit. Is that a 6 back there? No, that's number 9.
Yeah, that's Cowart. I mean, not Cowart. That's Riley Floyd.
Yeah, Riley Floyd. All right, so she's going to pinch hit for Coward.
So I'll go back to my question. Do they have a hit?
Here's the first one to Floyd.
That's
called strike. I waited. He did it. Very good.
So I'm waiting.
I have no idea what
you're
you're
not
talking
answer. You're not going to answer.
Are you a dang
Noted.
idiot?
Noted.
What are you doing?
Am I a dang idiot?
That's in the fence. I'm not talking about
I can't defend that. Yes, yes is the answer. I'm an idiot.
I'm not going to say a word about what's going on.
I just asked a question.
Well, I don't have any idea. I'm not keeping up with that stat.
It's just a
game after that. And this one's into just over the first baseman's head. 2 are going to score. And, nope, just 1. He held Taylor up. I like that from Coach Hart. No reason to get an out at home. Never get the first or third out at home, according to Curtis Keith Holt. So Breeze over at third. Floyd moved up to second on the throw-in, and it's an RBI. And here's Popper Pitts pinch hitting now for Greenwood and for McAdams' spot. A left-handed bat. That's the winning run out there at second base. And Riley Floyd.
The pitcher wants a new ball. That one's a little wet.
Right.
But here's what you do. I mean, here's the benefit of playing early, especially in the conditions that they are. There's no question or no telling how the games will go this afternoon. If they'll get them in, if they'll be pushed back, if they'll be delayed, what that really looks like. So Greenwood's dodging an opportunity right now at the weather, as I say, dodging the weather.
As Pitts looks at ball 1 low. Now, obviously, you want to go and get your ticket punched and be done with it, but if things get delayed, that means you just got to wait a little longer. But baseball has been pushed to Sunday for sure either way. Pitts lifts one to center field. Center fielder makes the catch. It'll tag, and Taylor will score easily from third. Floyd will move over to third, and the Lady Bulldogs now are 1 run away, 60 feet from a victory here in the second round. Sack fly to center field. Because Mr. Jinx over here mentioning Haley McAdams, she is knee-deep in a no-hitter right now. She's only issued 1 walk, and we've had a couple errors, so she's about 2 errors away from really a perfect game. So, and you hate to get into the old debate of, well, it was just 6 innings, blah, 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 blah. Well, this now will be an official if she can get through these 3. And she's got the meat of the order, 4, 5, 6. But 3 outs away from a no-hitter, which is spectacular here. Rare error, you know. You get to the postseason, the no-hitters don't keep coming for some of these girls. You see a lot of no-hitters, perfect games through the regular season when you're playing in conference or lower out of conference or what have you. But throwing 1 in the postseason is certainly special.
Baseball game just got done over there. Texarkana walked off on Valonia. So Texarkana won that game. That was a resumption of the game that was suspended yesterday before our game.
Okay.
So baseball they just ended that game. We were supposed to play at 1:30, so we'll see if that happens.
Should be about right. That's 45 minutes.
I mean, they don't got to drag the field or nothing over there. So
right. Hopefully they'll stay on schedule at 1:30. Hopefully they don't try to boom ahead. That'll give us just
they'll stay right on time.
Okay, good. That'll give us time to get over there, hopefully. First one from McAdams is over but low for ball 1.
The only way they won't start on time is if weather's threatening. If they can get it going earlier, then they'll do that because of weather. But I've gotten no communication from the tournament director. So
okay. This is Taylor Irvin, their third baseman, leading off top of the 7. 9-0 Greenwood. This ball's in the air to center field, and Nat Horn gobbles it up. No problem for Natalie out there in center. 1 out. McAdams will face Emma Ratliff, their catcher now, a right-handed bat. Ratliff has struck out and flied out to, guess where, right field.
How many put-outs does Charlie had out there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still just 5.
Still just 5?
Yep. Yeah, right. Radio side for sure.
As long as my coach is good with it, I'm fine with it. I'll call him real quick. What time do you want to start?
So, here's McAdams. as the ball is low. It's 3-0 now to Lambert. 1 out.
Okay, they're there. I'll check with them to be sure.
And a walk. Second walk issued by McAdams, and they've got first and third now still with 1 out. And here's a pinch hitter, number 11 is Taylor Nelson, another senior. She's going to hit for Lily Ward. They say the live stream keeps freezing up. I've gotten a couple texts. I'm not in charge of that, so you'll have to contact somebody else. But I know the radio is still hot and burning. First one's inside as he squared the bunt and did not. Neither runner advanced. Runners at the corners for Whitehall, 1 out. And here it comes to Nelson. That bunt is down. Nice bunt out in front. They're going to say foul ball as it hit her in the box, maybe. They're going to bring her back. 1-1. I didn't think it did, but I've thought a lot of things in this game that I just am clueless on. But the pitch count, though, bothers me a lot. I try to take pride in keeping up with that. The balls and strikes. That's tough. Here's a 1-1 to Nelson. And strike. 1-2. Lady Bulldogs 2 outs away from the semifinal. That'll be the first ticket punch. They're the first game of the day here. Weather's held off nicely. I do see some blue sky to the south, but a lot of ominous raining coming down to the southwest. Swing and a miss. And McAdams got her with the strikeout, and I believe that is number 5 for Haley today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeout for McAdams.
Which that puts her at 99.
Boy, it'd be nice to get 100 right here at the very last pitch. Looks like Nat Spadoni is going to come up, I think.
And they make courtesy run at first. No, they're going to pitch hit.
They're going to pinch hit for her. She is a sophomore. He's got both of his seniors already in the game. That are the Leah Crane and Taylor Nelson both came in. I think Crane pinch ran somewhere.
Not sure what he's. No, she's coming back to bat because I don't know if.
That's Spadoni. He was going to try to get Crane, I think, to come in and bat as a senior, but she'd already pinch ran, and so he couldn't bring her. She took over a spot in the lineup, I believe, is what happened there. So she wasn't able to come back and change the batting order. Spadoni's got a bat. She's a sophomore. 2 outs. Lady Bulldogs 1 out away. We got runners at the corners here, bottom of the 7th. Baseball going to start at 1:30. We'll have it for you right here on the Sports Hog and on Greenwood Sports Center. And the first one from McAdams, man, just skipped off the creek, I guess, that inside spot. It's ball 1.
You're going to have to book it over to the baseball field so you can get over there for that. Sean should be set up.
That one's a little upstairs, 2-0.
There's a chance they may get that one rolling. Depending on how they get infield taken and all that over there. So try to resume that game.
Swinging ball in the air. Here we go. Can we find it? Pugh's got it and makes the catch right at the circle, and the Lady Bulldogs win it 9-1, and they advance to the semifinals for the 7th time in school history behind an arguably one-hit gem for Haley McAdams. Well, I guess we'll have to see what the official score, whoever that might be, scores it. But certainly a dandy today from Haley in the circle. Only 2 walks for sure. There were some errors and some fielding problems. A lot of that's with the ball. Both teams had trouble holding the ball, keeping their footing on this wet turf. But the cream rose to the top, and they were in navy blue and white today. And Donald Hart and his Lady Bulldogs, under his first year of Coolidge, advanced to the semifinals. They're the first ticket punched. They will get the winner of Harrison and Benton, who will play next. Lady Bulldogs will play scheduled for noon tomorrow, weather permitting, and we've certainly been fighting the rains over here. But a huge day for Greenwood and the Lady Bulldogs as they advance to the semifinals. Pugh was nice, 2 for 2 today, scored 2 runs.
Good night.
They called me from the baseball park.
Yeah, you got to get over there.
Yeah. So, sure enjoyed the broadcast, Dr. Smith. Appreciate it. And we'll try it again one more time tomorrow at high noon as the Lady Bulldogs will make it to the semifinals. We'll have the broadcast for you right here on the Greenwood Sports Center on YouTube. And we'll also have it over here live in frequency modulation on the local leader for high school sports in the Western Arkansas corridor. It's Fox Sports Radio, the Sports Hog 103.5. All right, Alyssa, thank you. I'm going to hang up, and I'll call you back here in about 30 minutes. Thanks, sister. See you later.